Where are we? Again, we are at America's first colony. That's funny that you should say that because we were already here. But this is the first place where European colonization first started. And we're going to go to the Fountain of Youth. So let's see. This would be Ponce de Leon, Spanish conquistador. Funny thing, down the way a little way is Fort Matanza. Mad funny because Matanza means slaughter, killing, or massacre. So what do you think happened here? But yeah. Oh, we're gonna go to the Fountain of Youth. These are some of the people who sponsored this colonization. The Coquina Cross.
Water is very healthy. It's not full of chemicals like city water. And bottled water is completely worthless. Filtered water has nothing to do with it. British did real history. That cross is over 512 years old. Never been used. Science tell the world nothing about that. That's how they do on land here. Columbus never came here. Not even close.
Nowhere near.
Columbus never steps foot on any part of looking down upon the continental United States.
Absolutely.
Now goes Ponce de Leon. That's the spot they say it all began 512 years ago, 1530. Once they were able to move Ponce landed here, if you're up in New York City, you're looking at these same dioramas at the 1939 World's Fair up in New York, honoring the first coast St. Augustine as the spot where the first Europeans stepped foot. Jamestown, Williamsburg, Plymouth Rock, bunch of rookies. That's 100 years later. We're really do nothing until the 60s. This is the early 50s.
Uh-oh. Don't spill your fountain of youth water.
Everyone's in the globe show. They're about ready to lock the door over there. It won't happen again for another hour. This room is always open.
So what we're gonna do is about to get some fountain youth water. Go ahead. To honor, to seek honor, to speak honor, and to speak honor. I better get younger. These gray hairs ain't gonna do nothing.
That's 13 minutes, and after that, they'll fire the cannon if you'd like to see that.
Copy that. I can hear it though, right? Oh shit, they even got smoking. Oh shit. It's crazy. The first colony even had a smoking section. It's dope. Oh, no exit. All right. No. Schedule events. And who do you think they was slaughtering while we was here? When they got here, who do you think they were slaughtering? Why do you think they pressed is a lion? Ain't no fucking lions in Europe. Don't let these people fool you. They came over to kill the indigenous Americans who lived here. And the indigenous Americans who lived here did not look like Chief Sitting Bull or running water, Chief Little Rock or whatever. Don't believe that bullshit. The people indigenous to America looked like far removed. Uh-oh. They got him fucked up. Oh, I think they about to sound off the cannon and shit. Oh, shit, man. So, we're going to walk through Timuchan burial exhibit. So you got to think this is where they excavated. You are standing above what may have been one of the first Christian burial grounds of Native Americans of the United States. On April 14, 1934, Gardner, while planting orange trees, uncovered a skeleton. The Smithsonian Institution was then contacted, and within several days, Dr. Matthew Sterling, Sterling like silver, then the director of the institution's Department of Ethnology and Archaeology, came to the park to examine the remains and identified them as those of the Native American male, probably of the Timucua tribe, interred in this Christian manner, that is, arms crossed, facing east towards the sun rising. A month later, Sterling and his staff set up camp just behind this area. They excavated 47 Catholic burials. So these were Native Americans, indigenous Americans who converted to Christianity, probably under duress. Size of the cemetery during this early period suggested to some historians and archaeologists that perhaps many of the people had been victims of terrible epidemics that swept through indigenous populations after the arrival of Europeans for colonization. The Timucua, like other indigenous people, would have no resistance to common European diseases such as influenza, measles, poxes, cholera, and died by the thousands after being exposed to European newcomers. That's if they didn't get killed by Matanza in the first place. Before Christianity was introduced to the Americas by Spanish friars, like Friar Tuck, the Timucua observed a very different burial ritual. Pictured here, groups of related people were buried in large earth mounds, that were used over long periods of time. Burial were a solemn ritual. Goods such as pots, tools, ornaments may have been buried with the person to accompany them into the afterlife. This method of burial was generally abandoned by the indigenous people who chose to become Christian. Again, as you can see here is a little mural. Can't tell you if that mural is correct chronology. I'm gonna say no. The Native Americans buried here were probably converts of the mission of Nombre de Dios. So the mission of the number of God, or name of God, I'm sorry, number, terrible, numero, terrible. The first Catholic mission in St. Augustine, which was the first Catholic town in the United States. During the time of these burials, at least part of the mission of Nombre de Dios was located there. These are all the missions that were set up and response to European colonization? Personally, I believe that this would be biblical Assyria. Yeah, biblical Assyria. December 14th, 1991, the owners of the Fountain of Youth, in collaboration with the Catholic Diocese of St. Augustine, reburied the skeletons that were exposed during the excavations. This was done with respectful attention to both Catholic and indigenous American ritual to honor and protect the remains of the first indigenous Americans to live and die with the Spanish in Florida. The majority of the plants along this path are indigenous to this area and would have been used by the Timucua as well as the Spanish colonists. A few others would have been brought by the Spanish and used by them in the Timucua. Please do not take fruits, buds, flowers, or any parts of these plants. Damn. Oh yeah, I know this shit. You can get this at any apothecary. Oh, I know that shit. You can get that at any apothecary. I know that shit. You can get that at any apothecary. I know that shit. You can get that at any Virginia apothecary. I know that shit. You can get that at any apothecary. I know that shit. Oh shit! You can get that at Heinz. Oh shit! I know a bitch named Hazel. Oh shit! I know a bitch named Hop. Oh shit! Oh shit. Mind you, all these pictures are whitewashed too. Life in the Timucua village. I read all this shit. So we got replicas right here. Oh shit! Shit bigger than I thought. little house. Okay. Right. Oh shit! They got the okay canoe builders. Huh. All right, that makes sense. An ancient form of transportation. The word canoe comes from the English and the Carib word kinu, meaning dugout, via the Spanish word canoa. The linguistic exchange occurred in the 16th century as Spain expanded its colonial empire throughout the Caribbean, Mexico, and South America. The Timucua language was recorded by Franciscan friars, and the Timucua word for canoe was recorded as tico. Oh shit! One of the most common clams in this area is the southern quahog. Shout out Family Guy. Mercenaria campechinensis. Huh. Huh. I am an old tree. Please don't find me. All right. Oh. The owl totem. from Hontoon Island. For millennia, the peninsula of Florida was populated by large numbers of indigenous people who used many navigable rivers as a superhighway to travel, trade, and hunt. These natives flourished until the mid 1500s when diseases accidentally introduced by European colonizers began to rapidly decimate them, along with Matanza. One of those tribes was known as the Mayeca and is mentioned in the histories of Pedro Menendez de Aviles. Their lands lay just to the south of Timucua, the Mayeca. They vanished as a people. However, they left behind a very unique and beautiful relic of their existence. A team dredging out of the Yacht Basin in 1955 near Hontoon Island discovered a huge log and extracted it from the muck. Noticing that the wood would appear to be shaped and carved, the item was taken to Gainesville, go Gators, for conservation and revealed to be a large owl totem, along with the owl carved effigies of an otter stand. Of an otter stand, a pelican were discovered. The owl totem was far larger than the other. Okay. It was carved around 1530 AD and made from one solid piece of pine. It is the largest such totem east of the Mississippi River, and for decades was mistakenly thought to be of Timucuan origin. However, recent studies have shown that the owl totem had been carved by the Mayeca. It was carved using tools from shark teeth, shells, and bone. These tools would have made the process of carving totem very slow and tedious. See obelisks in the far view. We're gonna go there. You can tell what's like real and fake. I'm gonna say the majority of this shit is fake. It's definitely the wood shit. I'll give you some credence to any rock, any masonry. But yeah. Oh, damn. What's going on over there? White tea people making it happen. Oh, I think he's dressed like a conquistador. Oh, Lord. Here we go. Oh, I think they're about to shoot a cannon. Oh, that's what's up.
Like you match the one. I'm going on that. I'm removing the act. I'm gonna give 2 commands. Present your piece and get fire. Do not make loud noises or have sensitive hearing. Cover your ears at this time. This is not a suggestion. Cover your ears at this time. Clench your pipe. Cover your ears. Good. Mark.
My tinnitus.
All right. Well, I would like to thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day, and I hope you all have laughed.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll try to answer any questions, any at all.
How long before you shoot it again?
I'll have a demonstration again in a half hour.
Thank you. I just saw him shoot a flintlock. Damn.
We're visiting from.
I'm in Florida, and I got the nastiest Gatorade. Fucking go figure. Nice shoes.
$5,000.
Oh snap! What? Damn! That is crazy.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Like long ass logs, long ass turds and shit. Like a Nephilim turd. Oh yeah, that's gross. An early warning system. The Spanish were well versed in the art of war. No shit. They built watchtowers around St. Augustine in order to spot potential danger early enough to muster an effective defense. These two examples of mid-16th century watchtowers are from a map of Sir Francis Drake's 1586 raid on St. Augustine drawn by Baptiste Boazio, an Italian map maker and illustrator in London from 1585 to 1603.
Hey guys, we gotta close the power up.
No worries, we'll reopen it.
How long?
After the can firing.
Thank you.
About 20 minutes or so.
Thank you. Which way they cannon shooting? They cannon shooting. They're shooting. Okay, shooting that. Okay. So, obelisks are Egyptian by nature. So, to understand the significance of the Egyptian obelisk, let's see. On March 3rd, 1513 AD, Don Juan Ponce de Leon set sail from Puerto Rico in search of Bimini and the Fountain of Youth. On Easter Gun Day, shout out West Side Gun, March 27th, he sighted this land and named it Florida. On April 3rd AD 1513, entered the harbor and landed in this vicinity. But again, the significance of the obelisk, which is Egyptian in origin. So I guess the question is, did Egypt and Assyria ever fight? I'm going to look that up. Oh man, this is crazy. Oh man. Under circumstances, this would be an on-all. Yeah, this would be an on-all. Under normal circumstances, because on-all. On-all. But yeah, let's see. Again, these people came to kill the Native Americans that were here. Kill them. Matanza. Right down the street, or right down the road, 995, is a damn fort called Fort Matanza. It's the craziest shit. Oh, see, okay. Life in the estuary. Marine wildlife. Shellfish. Most High says, nah, won't eat that. Play an important part of the ecosystem as well as the Timucuan lifestyle. Shellfish, especially oysters and clams, made up a large part of their diet. Conscious shrimp, crabs, and other shellfish were abundant in the environment and provided a reliable source of food for the indigenous population. Many larger mammals and reptiles are dependent on the estuary for survival. Snakes, turtles, manatees, alligators, and porpoises all live and spend part of their life in here. Yeah, see, all of these animals unclean. Maybe the manatee, maybe the dolphin. One of the best resources for Timucuan was the fish that teemed in the estuary. Fish were caught with spears, nets, lines, using hooks made from oyster of clamshell. Several species inhabit the estuary, including sheephead, hardhead, catfish, striped mullet, and red drum. Now, a lot of these fish are bottom feeders, and the Most High don't approve. So I'm going to assume that since this is a biblical Assyria, that they was doing a whole bunch of seafood boils and shit all the damn time. And the Most High don't fuck with that. Sad. Yeah, see, that's muck right there. Like, look at that. That's crazy. Yeah, like clams be in that. Like, you want to eat that? Oysters is in that shit. You want to eat that? That is crazy to me. Disgusting. But, garbage in, garbage out, right? How about haste? Oh, hell no. I didn't even see that shit over there. That is crazy. That's like a Christ the Redeemer type shit. See, like, Europeans knew what they was doing when they was coming through colonizing this shit. They knew what they was doing. Because that is propaganda out the wazoo right there. And mad idolatry. So why? Right?